while you're reading. Prison rapes are delicious. Prison
What?
rapes. Well, I'm sorry. Prison crepes.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Ajay and Nathan Discuss Movies, the show where we discuss movies, both old and new. Today, we've got a new summer blockbuster coming at you. Ajay, what movie did we see? It might be our most anticipated movie of the summer.
It is. And it's Trap by M. Night Shyamalan.
M. Night Shyamalan's
We're here to discuss
Trap.
Trap by M. Night Shyamalan.
It's a trap! Sorry to disappoint you, Yugi! Huh? You triggered my trap card! Yak, 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 yak! Man down. Where you from?
Go ahead, tell us, what's Trap all about?
Trap, it's basically self-explanatory. If you've seen the trailer, you know what it's about. It's about Josh Hartnett, who plays a serial killer, who is at a concert with his daughter. And he asks a vendor, of all people, why there's so many police officers and FBI and SWAT team people at this concert, and the vendor has the information. Out of all the people, he has the information. And he tells Josh Hartnett's character that they set up a trap for the serial killer because they've been tipped off that he's there, and that they've blocked all the exits, that there's nowhere to go, and the film is basically about that until it's not.
Yep, like most M. Night Shyamalan movies, follows its concept until it decides it wants to do something else entirely. But we're getting ahead of ourselves. Ajay, can you tell me what you thought of Trap?
I liked it.
Yeah.
I've seen it twice. I saw it once opening weekend, and then I saw it yesterday, which was on a Monday. We're filming this on a Tuesday. And second viewing, I liked it a little bit more. I'm not going to lie. I thought the second viewing was a bit more enjoyable. Yes, it's a little bit nonsensical. Yes, you need a little bit of a suspension of disbelief. There are issues with the film. I'm not going to lie. There are issues with the film, especially in the second half of the film. But overall, I enjoyed it. I thought it was a fun watch, an entertaining watch. It was beautifully shot. Saleka's songs, I thought were great. That was one of my biggest worries about this film, is that, okay, if we're going to watch a concert, if we're going to watch, as Shyamalan would like to put it, Silence of the Lambs meets Taylor Swift's Eras Tour, the songs have to be good. And the songs are actually pretty decent, I'm not going to lie. The acting from her, not so much, but the songs are good.
Yeah.
So overall, I enjoyed it. I watched it twice already. I might watch it a third time, who knows. But yeah, I enjoyed it. I think it's one of the better Shyamalan, it's one of the better recent Shyamalan films he's released.
I think I agree with pretty much everything you said. I think it's a very fun, enjoyable watch. It's relentlessly entertaining, I think, at least for the first two acts. It is, like you said, it's a cool concept, but it's also like a very ridiculous one. And so like you have to kind of like stretch like the plausibility of the concept if you're going to have any fun with it. And if you can do that, I think you're going to get a lot out of the movie. Like you said, the music, it actually is really good. Like for like a movie about a concert, it pays off. It's a really good music that I enjoy.
Yeah.
And it does a lot of...
I was listening to it on the way here. Like, Dreamer Girl is such a bop. I love it so much.
It really is a fun concert. Like, I wouldn't have the time to murder anyone at this concert.
Of course.
I'd just be kind of vibing. But yeah, no, I think it does a lot of fun stuff with its main concept of there's a serial killer trapped at like this pop concert, and like the kind of shenanigans he gets up to, and it's all kind of like, I think Josh Hartnett is really the glue that holds this entire thing together. His performance is just so, if you're gonna watch this movie for anything, watch it for Josh Hartnett's performance, because he's got like these little like the minor little like facial tics he does where he's like constantly switching between like you know, funny goofy dad and like relentless like serial killer. Is like, that's some of the best stuff in the movie. Everything he does while we're at this concert is so fun, it's so interesting, it's so engaging, but the movie I think does falter near the end, where we kind of light spoilers, but
no, we'll spoil it later.
Yeah,
Well, not yet. We're still like early on the discussion.
True, you're right.
Later.
later. We will get to that.
Yeah, we'll get into some spoilers. But overall, you enjoyed it.
I did. I think it was a lot of fun.
I enjoyed it as well. You were talking about Josh Hartnett's performance.
Yeah.
And I feel like this film falls flat on its face if his performance is not that great. Mm-hmm. You can definitely tell that he definitely watched a little bit of Psycho. There's a little bit of Norman Bates in there, a little bit of Patrick Bateman in there as well.
Yeah.
If you wanted to go. His laugh very similar to Patrick Bateman's.
Yeah.
My hopes for this country are as fervent today as they were in
Bateman. What are you so fucking zany about?
I'm just a happy camper. Rocking and a rolling.
Yeah, I think this film is really good. The dialogue, we were mentioning this before the review,
Yeah.
but the dialogue I thought was pretty good for a Shyamalan film.
Yeah, for M. Night Shyamalan, like, he always gets flack for, like, kind of, like, his weird little lines, like, the way he has actors speak his dialogue, the dialogue itself. Like, compared to his other movies, this one's pretty light on the more eccentric parts of that. There's a couple little bits here and there that's like, that's a weird way to phrase that, or that's a weird way to say that specific sentence, but it's so much, it's lighter than his other movies. Like his other movie, this is not The Happening.
Yeah.
This is not like a what? No. Like, this isn't
Take
as
an
crazy
interest
as
in
that.
science. It's not that.
We're packing hot dogs for the road. You know, hot dogs get a bad rap. They got a cool shape. They got protein. You like hot dogs, right?
It's not that. If you're gonna have any problems with this movie, like the dialogue, it's at the very bottom of the list, I think, of like issues that this movie might have.
Yeah. I think if there were issues, which there are issues with the film,
yeah.
it would definitely be the second half of the film.
Mm-hmm.
The lack of a lack of understanding as to what's currently happening, because
Yeah.
there are issues and there are like flaws within the movie, especially in the second half, where you're just like scratching your head as to like how is this possible?
Yeah.
How we'll obviously spoil it. We'll obviously do spoilers later in the review, but there are moments where you're just like scratching your head, being like, how did this happen?
Yeah, and I think the entire movie is kind of has those moments, but they're more suppressed because of the dynamic nature of like serial killer at a concert playing a cat and mouse game with the FBI. There's like leaps in plausibility and logic, but for me personally, I forgive a lot of them just because it's such a fun setting and there's a lot of fun stuff happening in the concert. But like, as the movie goes on, it loses steam and those cracks start to form and it becomes a bit more like unforgivable, some of the leaps the movie takes.
I was seeing the reviews for this film, and apparently it's sitting at a 50% on Rotten Tomatoes, which that's a little too low. I mean, you can say that the audience was split on this movie.
Yeah.
When I watched the movie, it was a whole village that was there.
Oh my god.
I think they saw the signs.
Oh my god, these jokes will never get old. But yeah, 50%, I mean, it is low, but I guess I can understand why people would have a lower kind of score for this one. Again, I think it just is up to you, like how much, like you said, suspension of disbelief you're willing to like give the movie. Like because like the idea of serial killer at a concert is a super fun idea, and it's super fun in the movie, but it is kind of ridiculous. Like, especially like when we get more details about like how this entire like thing is set up. They've got like help from like just the normal vendors at this concert. They've like wrapped in everyone. They've wrapped in like the pop star themselves, and it's like, that is a big leap. It's like Machine Gun Kelly is not going to help you catch the Zodiac killer.
You really smash this girl?
Yes, many of them. I ain't even say no names, so I don't even know why everyone's getting sensitive. I
So
never
it
said
wasn't
a
Hayley.
name.
We all thought it was Hayley.
Halsey?
Halsey.
The 30-year-old and the 50-year-old said those names, not me.
So did you smash Halsey?
Absolutely.
See, now I feel like Halsey's an innocent
MGK did
victim.
not
No, how did he feel about the performances in the movie?
Besides Josh Hartnett, Are we talking about Saleka?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She was bad. We were talking about this earlier. This was bad.
She obviously has
The music
a lot
is
of
great.
musical talent.
The music is
yes, but when her character has more to do with like the actual plot, and she kind of like jumps into the movie near the latter half and has a much bigger role, I was just watching it the whole time, just like, your music's so good. You're so musically talented, and she just kept talking. I'm just like, sing a song.
Your husband's the butcher.
yeah. Oh, jeez. She's a really talented musician.
When she hopped on IG Live, I thought that was hilarious.
Oh my, yeah, that's basically the climax of the movie. She hops on Instagram Live to try to stop the serial killer. I guess that's a little spoilery.
Yeah.
But like, I wouldn't want anyone to go into the movie and be surprised by that.
Yeah. I enjoy the performances. I mean, Hayley Mills was in the movie.
Was that? Oh, she
was in Parent Trap.
The FBI. Was she
Yeah.
the FBI?
She was good.
Yeah, no, she was there.
Kid Cudi's in the film.
Kid Cudi is in the movie.
And he plays a chick or a person in drag.
Yeah.
He wears a wig. And he basically is there to like flirt with Josh Hartnett.
He's in
that
the movie.
scene where he like flirts with Josh Hartnett's hilarious.
He's in the movie for a total of 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And he has like 2 scenes. The first one is like he's just verbally abusing his assistant. Like, I said I wanted honey sour kombucha, bitch. Walks past Josh Hartnett, like fucking flips his hair, gives him the eye, rounds the corner. You don't even see him. You just hear him shout, Zaddy! It's like, that alone is worth the price of admission for the movie.
Plus belle chanson de tous les temps pour Timothée Chalamet, c'est ça.
Yeah, baby, see I'm back in my zone. Just what I need, mama. I've been hell to say more.
Yeah.
But he's a lot of fun for what little he's in the movie. There's some fun performances for sure.
Yeah.
And especially
Russ is in the movie for some reason.
Who?
Russ, the guy who comes from beneath the concert.
Oh, like the other singer she has?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, he's also a singer / rapper. But yeah, overall I enjoyed the film.
Yeah.
First half was great, second half not so much. I think we can enter into spoilers. So
Yeah,
if
we
you
can
haven't
enter
watched
into
already,
spoilers.
watch it. We actually do implore you guys to watch
Yeah.
it. It's better than watching Deadpool and Wolverine a third or fourth time. So
Yeah.
definitely go watch it. I feel like this film needs some help. So go watch it. Come back to this review. But spoilers. When did this film leave you?
This movie kind of left me when we get to the end and he has the plan to like escape the concert by like kidnapping Saleka, Lady Raven, and like leaving in her limousine. And when that plan like kind of came to fruition, I said to myself, or I thought to myself, I was like, this movie has about 10 minutes to wrap things up. Because the second we leave this concert, we are leaving behind everything that made the movie fun.
Yes.
And then we get to his house, and there's like an extended sequence where she's kind of like trapped in his house, trying to be normal with the butcher's family, and like trying to like get the guy that he is kidnapped like out. She does the Instagram live to like, she's like, there's a house, and there's a young man trapped in the house. You have to find him. Instagram live. And that goes on and on. He tries to escape. It just...
Yeah.
It needed to end like right there because the cops show up and I said, and now we're done.
Yeah.
But that didn't happen. The movie still had another 20 minutes afterwards. And that is when it was full of ridiculous contrivances.
Yeah.
Like he had a secret like underground tunnel to get him out of the house.
That was connected to his neighbor's home.
Yeah, he had...
For some reason, he's also wearing the same SWAT uniform. And how did he get that? I don't know. How did he leave the concert through a limo, even though she came through a tour bus? We don't know.
We have no idea. Like,
how was he able to escape the limo when they got caught eventually?
Yeah. How was he able to just do a quick change out of the SWAT outfit into civilian clothes, get out of the limo, get into a crowd, escape the crowd the moment the police are like, no one in the crowd leaves except for that guy in the hoodie mysteriously walking away?
How is he able to eat a pie in 5 bites? We don't know. We don't know.
I love that he prefaces just like this one. He's like about to kill his wife. She's like, let's just eat the pie. We're celebrating our daughter. And he's like, I can eat this pie in 5 bites. It won't save you.
We don't know.
These
questions
know.
We do not know.
And again, like, the movie is kind of filled with like these like crazy, like unbelievable things, but because we're in the concert setting and because it's so much, there's so much fun stuff happening like in and around there, he's just kind of like playing a big game during the entire concert. I can like forgive like anything that might seem like weird or like why is there so many people just walking around while the concert is going on?
I actually do like that. I thought it was a great use of extras.
Yeah.
And I know that, you know, it doesn't make any sense to have so many people walking around.
It adds like a nice, it adds kind of flavor.
That.
Yeah.
I like the fact that there's so many extras around. You don't see that in films anymore.
You want a family, Frank? One, please.
Where there's so many extras just walking around and just having a good time.
Yeah, no, even the way Shyamalan seems to direct his extras, I think is fine. Just like looking at people in the background, they're all like like background actors on a sitcom, just like what? Even when like someone gets like pushed down the stairs, they're like.
That made no sense to me. That was like, wow, what are we doing here? Like, you just push somebody and you expect no cameras to be on you, no security to be on you.
The best, like, thing I've read about this movie is people comparing it to, you know, the Hitman video games?
Yeah.
Like the guy with the bald head just going around, like, assassinating targets. That's what this movie feels like when we're in the concert. Just feels like someone just, like, having fun in a video game and just all these NPCs just kind of walking around just, like, not noticing the brutal, horrific murders happening directly next to them.
We didn't address the elephant in the room.
Which is the elephant in the room?
M. Night Shyamalan's cameo.
Oh my god.
That was the most hilarious thing ever, dude.
He's just like his subtle little like hint, just like, oh yeah, Lady Raven, she's actually, I'm her uncle, her mother's brother. Like, thank you for letting me know
clarifying that
what an uncle is, M. Night. I was really confused, just like, uncle? Who? her mother's brother. Oh, thank you. I wouldn't have gotten that on my own.
Well, in Indian culture, we call everyone uncle.
Oh,
anyone who's
okay.
Like a senior of ours, like anyone who's older than us, is an uncle. So I understand that clearly.
Okay. Did Josh Hartnett need that clarification?
Maybe, I don't know.
Because, I mean, he doesn't look very Indian.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
But, we also should mention that, have we mentioned that Saleka, Lady Raven, is the daughter of M. Night Shyamalan?
Yeah. And a lot of people may question that, this is a Nepo hire. I don't necessarily agree with that statement. Mainly because even though she is the daughter of an acclaimed filmmaker, he still finances his own films. They're in Philadelphia. They're not in the LA bubble. They finance their own films. They're doing their own thing. I don't necessarily think this is Nepo hire. And plus, she's very talented.
She is talented as a musician.
Yeah, as a musician, yeah. That's important clarification.
Yeah, I can forgive it. I agree with you, but like up until like she has like a bigger like acting role in the movie, that's where I'm like, now we're pushing it. Yeah. This is like he has like 3 daughters, and so far he's made movies for 2 of them. Mm-hmm. I pray to God the third one is just like a dentist.
A dentist or a doctor.
just like she doesn't need a movie.
But overall, this was a fun film.
It's very
You got to suspend your disbelief.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And overall, definitely go watch it. I mean, that's nothing, I mean... Yeah, just go watch it, have a good time. Would you consider this a scary movie?
I wouldn't.
Because I wouldn't.
No, it's not a horror movie. It leans more into like...
a psychological thriller.
I wouldn't even say psychological, just like a thriller.
Yeah.
It's very much like it has its concept of like a serial killer trapped at a pop concert and how does he get out, and it plays that all very straight, and I really like that a lot. Like there's no Shyamalan twists, really.
No twists, no.
No, it's all very straightforward, and I really appreciate that. It has a lot of fun with its concept.
I really wanted the twist to be Haley Joel Osment's character from The Sixth Sense.
Yeah.
Comes in and he talks to dead people. He can see dead people, and from that he's able to understand who the killer is, and he's able to pinpoint that. That would have been such a better ending. And I think part of the thing that you mentioned that I kind of want to spend more time on is that if they just focused everything within the concert, it would have been better. Like, instead of Josh Hartnett's character trying to go through a limo to get out of the concert, just focus on how he has to get out of the concert.
Yeah.
And maybe he acts as an employee and like tries to go out through that way, or, you know, leaves his daughter stranded. You know, some way, shape or form. It would have been a bit better if it was done through that angle.
It really needs, that's the strength of the movie, is when it's in the concert, it's a fun setting and it does a lot of fun things there. But once we leave, it completely loses steam. We spend a lot of time like outside of that concert. Just like, it's so overly long, just like he escapes this and then he escapes again and then he shows back up and he talks to his wife and then the cops come and then he has to say goodbye and then it's like, it's too much. Like, I do like kind of how it ends, like he's like picking the lock and just like he's just laughing to himself. I do like
that. Made no sense to me. How is he able to get a bicycle pick lock without anyone looking at it?
Because these people are NPCs and he's wearing like the custom hitman suit that's like minus 50% enemy visibility to your crimes.
And how weren't there any officers in the back of that SWAT truck? How? If you're dealing with a serial killer with 12 or 13 kills under his belt, why have 0 officers in the back of the truck?
Exactly. It's so weird. And again, like, these questions are only hurt the movie more because there's nothing fun to prop it up over them.
We mentioned Split. I mentioned Split earlier in this film. But I do see a lot of similarities between this film and Split.
Absolutely. I especially see it with, like, the movie having that like strong like central performance that like holds the entire thing together. That's McAvoy in Split and it's Josh Hartnett in this movie. Like, these two are like the stars of that entire thing, and you're mixing it with like the fun little adage of like, and he's a crazy guy with 24 personalities, or he's a serial killer and he's trapped at a concert and he has to escape. It's like these fun vehicles for the actor to just kind of like go ham and have a lot of fun.
If this film was directed by like a Fincher...
There's a moment described at the end of this scene where Nick Dunn has to reach into his duffel bag or his backpack and get out a baseball cap that he's bought at the airport, and he puts it on and walks away in hopes that people don't recognize him from the television and put together that that's him, that he's in their presence. And I really want it to be Yankees cap. But being from Boston and not being very professional as an actor, Ben refused to wear a Yankees cap. And it did not come to blows, but we had to shut down production for 4 days.
Ooh, it would definitely be a
more logically sound
cleaner
film.
Yeah, more logical. Like, they're not like roping in the pop star to like help, just be like, if you get trapped with him, try to play on his mommy issues. That was so weird when they're like,
they're on the rewatch. That was weird.
In the car together, she's like trying to like mess with his head by being like, you're a bad boy. Cooper what was his name? Cooper?
Yeah, Cooper. Yeah.
You're a bad boy. You've always been a bad boy. You upset mother. And I had no idea. I thought the movie was getting just like weirdly kinky. First of all, I'm like, I don't know what you're cooking with, M. Night, but you stopped me from leaving the theater. Now I'm very interested to see where this is going. This has become an entirely different movie now. But it's just, he's like, you can't stop me, Mom. Like, wow.
There are positives to this film. I like the dialogue. The writing was good. The cinematography was great.
The look of it
visuals
is
are great.
excellent. Like, there's that one shot where, like, everyone in the crowd, like, turns the flashlight on their phone on, and it's just, like, this kind of, like, nice, just, like, little, like, 360 shot of just him in the center and all these lights around him. It looked gorgeous.
There was
It
that
awesome.
shot in which Josh Hartnett's character was looking at Saleka and his daughter dancing with them on screen.
Yeah.
That was such a beautiful shot.
Yeah, and like his entire, again, like his performance, just like the little micro things he does with his face, where he's simultaneously trying to be like happy that his daughter is having fun, and also like, oh my god, I'm still trapped at this place. I need to get out of here or I'm gonna kill so many people. Just like the little like twitches he makes where it's like, smile, psycho, smile, psycho. It's so much fun.
Yeah. Overall, this was a fun film. Yes, there are issues with the film, and
Absolutely.
and if there are people that dislike the film, I don't blame you.
Yeah, it's understandable.
It's a tough film to defend, but there are admirable qualities to it.
Absolutely.
Despite the fact that the second half of the film doesn't really stand out as much as the first half.
Yeah.
I did watch it twice. First time was on digital, which was like the standard def of AMC, and I thought the visuals were okay. Then I saw it on the laser format, and it really popped out.
Nice.
Which...
I can see that really helping like all the concert aspects of the movie, because all that stuff is like so vibrant and the lighting is so good. I think he like made a tweet about it, M. Night Shyamalan, where he was like, you're only as close to the stage as the characters are. So like for the majority of the movie, you're like watching it from like the very back where the audience would be. It's like, it almost adds this like weird kind of like voyeuristic quality to the movie that I really like. And you only get as close to the stage as the characters can get. And that adds a lot of fun to it, I think.
Yeah. How did you feel about the vendor? And
the vendor, hilarious.
Post-credit scene of it.
Oh my. Hilarious. That guy, like when he first meets like the vendor who tells him everything about this covert police operation, just like he's just like, oh honey, like they've run out of t-shirts, let this girl have the last one. And he's like, I really like that, family values, you don't see that very often. If I find an extra shirt, I'll save it for you. What's your name? Cooper. Let me tell you, there's a serial killer on the loose. This is the secret code so the cops know that you're on our side. Incredibly large, intimidating white man.
But the thing with Josh Hartnett is that you wouldn't suspect that he's a serial killer.
No, yeah, and that again, that's a lot of the fun of the movie, because he, even when he's like being explained, just like there's this butcher and he's chopping people up, and the police are coming. This entire concert's a trap. He's looking at the guy. He's like, wow, that's so cool. Just like the most dad response possible. And he goes from like, wow, that's so interesting. Tell me more about it. And then he goes back to serial killer stare. Yeah. Like your skin would make a lovely lamp.
Yeah, you need to suspend your disbelief.
You do.
I mean, at one point she was like, the Alison Pill's character is like, I saw the ticket, so I had to tip off the police. I'm like, who uses physical tickets anymore?
Yeah,
it's all Ticketmaster, you know. Like
Ticketmaster would never allow this to happen. Yeah. Their monopoly.
Yeah. Overall, I enjoyed the film, and yeah, there were issues with the film.
Yeah,
there are issues. But whatever the next film Shyamalan is cooking up, we will be there.
Yeah, no, if we've said it once, we've said it a million times. Like, regardless of like, his quality varies movie to movie, but regardless of that, he's always churning out something that is very interesting, very fresh, a cool concept. His style is very distinct. He has a lot of like eccentric qualities to his directing, his writing. It's like, it doesn't work for a lot of people, but like it works for me. I think he's so much fun. Even when it's bad, it's still kind of good. Again, if you can suspend your sense of disbelief and just be open to something that's a little quirky, a little messy, but absolutely so much fun.
Yeah, and those are our thoughts.
Those are our thoughts. Yeah,
You enjoyed it.
I absolutely enjoyed it. Yeah,
2 thumbs up.
Two
A
thumbs
Siskel
up.
and Ebert 2 thumbs up.
Exactly.
And we don't know what we were going to discuss next.
Yeah, no, I know Alien Romulus is coming out. I keep wanting to say Alien Rhombus. I don't know why.
Apparently, it's the movie between the alien and aliens. It's an interquel. They call it an interquel.
Jesus Christ. Okay.
So,
sure.
I guess it's a mix of action and horror. But
That's fine. I'm a Fede Alvarez fan. I think he's a good director, and I like Aliens, so that'll probably be what we do.
But that's
next.
that's premiering next week, next Friday.
Ooh, okay.
So I don't know what movie we're going to discuss next.
What are we gonna do? Oh, geez, that's a good question.
Kneecap? I don't know.
Maybe.
Kneecap?
The Borderlands movie from Eli Roth.
I like Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving is fun.
But I did see the trailer for Borderlands. I'm like, this is not going to be good.
Oh yeah, it looks god awful. That's one of my most personally anticipated movies.
We'll discuss that next week then. We'll discuss it next week. Anyways, I think that's it for us.
Yeah, that's it. We've covered everything we need to.
All right.
A trap.
So the movie theater, it's not a trap. Don't leave. Don't go to get your credit card. Don't leave to get a T-shirt. Stay there.
Stay there.
It's fun.
Enjoy the show.
Enjoy the show. No matter how many soccer moms are there berating you and besmirching you for not hanging out with their daughter.
Yes.
That was a weird transition.
That was so. I love the scene where it's like he gets his kid to go up on stage, and it's like the mother and like the other daughter
are just yelling at each other.
They're just screaming at. She throws water in her mom's face. She's like, "You're a little beast." Turns back to the camera and just starts dancing to the music again. I think M. Night Shyamalan is operating at like Andy Kaufman levels of like genius.
Show Andy, boy, it's sure.
It'll be great. People will think their TV is broken, and they'll get out of their chairs, they'll walk over to the TV, twist the knobs, call the TV store, "Hey, I paid a lot of money for that TV." They'll bang on the television, and they won't be able to fix it. Andy.
The man is fully aware of everything he's doing, and it's your fault if you don't get it.
Your theater experience was fun, right?
Yeah, no, I went at like 10:30 in the morning. It was like the earliest showing they had. I just had like old people who just got out of the early bird special. They brought like blankets while they're sitting in those big couch chairs. Very chill. If you're gonna go to a big AMC theater, go before noon.
This is the movie to watch so that you don't get, fatties at your screening.
Or children.
So, overall, Trap is good.
Trap is good. He's done it again.
And I think that's about it.
That's it, yeah. No. See you next time.